Happy Friday, FlossTube. It is Elisa from Dragon Stitches. Woo! I'm a little more excited. I just um I just bought Stitchy stuff, so I'm riding the high. um Hi, how are you? It's been a little bit. Things have been going okay. I'm on March break or spring break. Yay, spring break! It's not as wild and crazy as you see in the movies, trust me. It's been me and stitching mostly. Um, and yeah, so I have been off and I didn't have any actually homework, so I've been stitching as much as I can. All day, every day. Well, not all day because I have to take breaks and stuff, but got some progress done on the Fifth Doctor. So lots and lots of that's good. Definitely, I wouldn't say lots and lots. I started saying lots and lots, and not quite accurate. Here's something buzzing. Ugh, it's just in my head. Anyway, um, so yeah, Secret Stitcher is going really well. People are getting their gifts, and it's very exciting, and people have been very generous, and I like that, and it's been really cool seeing something I organized succeed like that, which is great. I had a great Secret Stitcher, Diane Looper. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Was very kind to me and gifted me a $30 gift certificate to Charting Creations. Fantastic. I've been looking at Charting Creations for a while. Did I mention this in my last video? I never go back and check. So if I did, sorry. If not, here's the information. So I love Charting Creations. You guys all know my about Hades. So I've been really digging Charting Creations lately because they have a couple charts that I really enjoy. So I've been really torn on what to get with this gift certificate because they have their own charts that they make, but they also have certain dimension kits and stuff that they sell as well. And they had a dimension kit there that I've been kind of wanting for a while. It's the Indian Peacock. I don't know if you've seen it. And it's a kit, so it has all the floss and everything. And I could have gotten all with just... Are you quite done? Mr. Dante is having himself a hissy fit, apparently. I'm here all alone. It's finally quiet. And Mr. Man decides he's just going to whine in this very low, whiny voice, which he knows drives me up the wall. And now he's looking at me like, how dare I speak of him on my videos. It's quite amusing. Anyway, so I've been torn because, you know, there was a couple of charts that I really wanted, but they're babs. They're big-ass projects. So kitting them up would be very cost prohibitive to me right now. So I've been kind of waffling on it, on what to get. Do I get something now that I can, you know, complete now, or get just a chart and worry about kitting it out later? So I did a little shopping and I did a little comparison, and I've decided to, and we're a little bit better off right now than we thought we were going to be. So I allowed myself to buy the BAP, the Big Ass Project, the first full coverage I'm doing, and for the rest of the, because it was only about $16 for the pattern, the PDF pattern, which I use exclusively. And with the remaining, I invested in some, I put the remaining towards a piece of fabric for it, which from Charting Creations, they sell the 25 count Magic Guide, DMC. And I don't know if you can hear it. It's so pathetic. Like he's the I don't know. It's a prince of pathetic right now. Oh. Anyway, so I got the rest of the fabric, and with the shipping, that only cost me about like $17, which was great. So it's a fabric big enough, and it's a 25 count pre-gridded. I know it's gridded in boxes of 20, but I think I can make it work for parking. I think because I'm going to be parking this. I think it's my big first BAP, so I'm going into it with tons of expectations, but I have no idea if it's actually going to, you know, be if it's actually going to work out. So for the floss, now I calculated the floss usage because they're really cool. They put the floss usage right on the chart by the chart page, so you can actually see how much floss you're going to need for the pattern before you buy the pattern, just so you know. So I counted out the number of skeins. It's only 80. It's 85 colors. 85 colors, different colors, and it is. Holy cow, dog! I swear, it sounds like we beat him, and we don't. That dog's treated better than my child most of the time. So, yeah, I'm sorry. If you can't hear this, it's freaking hilarious. Because I'm just trying to get through this and then get back to my stitching, because I have a whole afternoon of no one else in the house. And I just kind of want to spend it stitching. I know, I'm wild and crazy. So it would have the amount of floss is about 135 skeins with all the duplicate flosses, because some colors are duplicated, and that's a lot of floss buying at DMC prices, especially here in Canada. You can't get a skein DMC for less than 50 cents anywhere, and 50 cents is very, very cheap if you can find it. So there's been a few little talk on Stitchmania recently regarding Chinese floss. People call it knockoff DMC or illegal DMC or whatever. It's not. It's a knockoff color. They just have the same numbers. Or it's a knockoff brand, I guess. It's an off brand. It's not DMC, but they use the same colors and numbers as DMC. And I know, whoa, why would you not use DMC? Like, I'm sure I'm going to have people all up in arms about this. Because DMC for this kind of project is too freaking expensive, to be honest. That's close to $80, almost $100 worth of floss that just, I can't afford that. So I have found places where you can buy bulk, like big, like I think I bought 150 skeins, and they actually let you pick and choose the numbers, and it's the same numbers as DMC. Okay, this is getting insane, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to see if he needs to, for some reason, go out or something. He should have already been taken care of for the rest of the morning, but apparently something has gotten up his butt. So I'll return shortly, and hopefully with a quieter dog. Okay, I am back, and he should be okay now, I think. Yes, you're going to say hi. Hi. He's in a better mood now. Yeah, you are. I know. Okay, kisses. That's it. That's it. All done. So yeah, so Chinese floss. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say is there's also, I saw on the cross stitch subreddit, someone had done a comparison with the Chinese floss and DMC. And what did they do? Did I talk about this? I have this weird deja vu that I've talked about this before, but I don't often go back and watch my videos, so or maybe I've just meant to talk about it. Anyway, if I have talked about it before, sorry. If I haven't, here it is for the first time again. So this person got a lot of this DMC knockoff. It's called CXC. CXC is their brand name, and they did a comparison. So he took 10 of the colors and compared them to the same number from DSC Floss and created a basically a sampler of the colors. And it actually, you know, they mentioned a few things. I'll post the article down below if anyone's interested. They did a very actual scientific kind of testing of this knockoff floss, and it basically came down to that it's more of a matte finish than a gloss finish. The DMC has a more satiny, glossy finish. The Chinese stuff does not. It's more of a matte. The Chinese stuff is a bit thicker than the DMC. The coverage is a little bit better because I guess it's a little bit thicker on the Chinese stuff. And it is color fast, just like DMC. They soaked the sampler in hot water for like 2 hours, continuously changing the hot water out so that it remains hot, and neither the DMC or the CXC bled. So really happy in that regard that, you know, there is some research out there that it is just as good. Well, not just as good. There's differences, obviously. And of course, people who make the charts make it with DMC, so they can't really guarantee, you know, if you do any conversions. And all of a sudden I've gone blue. The lighting in here sucks so bad. I need a light, like a spotlight right here, just to illuminate my face. Anyway, so basically it comes down to it's way cheaper. I was able to get 150 skeins. It was a lot, and you get to choose your colors basically. And for $17, that's with shipping. It was free shipping. So it came to the pattern I need 135 skeins for. So I picked those 135, and I told for the rest of the 15, just give me random colors. So I might end up doing my own comparison first, just to make sure. And yeah, so really excited. So I've ordered that. I have the pattern. I'm going to show you the pattern in just a second. Well, not the pattern. I'm going to show you what the artwork is for it. And I have, the only thing with the Chinese floss is it takes a while, like weeks and weeks and weeks to get here. So there's some trade-off there. I'm not going to be starting this anytime soon. I know that for sure. But we will see. We'll see how long it takes to get here. So the pattern is, I was so torn. There was 2 patterns that were very similar by the same artist. And the artist is Teresa Mather. And the pattern I got was, big surprise, Dragon Rider. Isn't that cool? Like, okay, look, how cool is that? How cool is that? Like, seriously, it's absolutely perfect. Absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to start stitching it. The other one is, there was a gold dragon, and it was sitting in the same kind of library setting reading a book. And I almost picked that one just for the sheer fact that it was a little bit more, it was a little bit brighter, a little bit cheerier than this. This is tends towards the monochrome kind of, you know, with the reds and the browns and the books on the shelf. But I really liked the writer instead of the person reading the book, or the dragon reading the book. So yes, I am very excited to start it. And but of course I can't until I get all this stuff. But I do have the pattern to obsess over and all that good stuff. Also, with the lot I got from the Chinese floss, it also comes with 50 needles. 50 needles. 50. So I'm not going to need another needle, at least size 26, because they had a choice of 22, 24, 26 needles. I chose size 26 because I like working with the smaller needles. So I'm really kind of stoked. I was able to kit up my first BAP, although I have no idea how I'm going to store it when I get here, because I have no room in my floss bobbins for 130 ridiculous skeins. I have no real organization. I could maybe make a card. I have so much cardboard laying around. I could probably make a card with the holes in it and kind of do it that way in a kit fashion. And I also don't want to mix up the Chinese stuff with the DMC. I kind of want to keep those separated. But yeah, so so stoked. My first BAP. It's gonna be huge though. I think it's gonna be like 24 by, hold on. So I'm doing it on 25 DMC Magic Eye, 25 count. I think it's an even weave. And I'm gonna do a 1/1, I believe. And the stitch area is gonna be 16 inches wide by 22 5/8 inches high, so 23 inches high. Whew. But the fabric I'm going to need is 20, the cross stitch calculator, if I want 2 inches on each side, I'm going to need, 24 inches by 31 inches. So I think the piece of fabric I got is like 34 by 36 or something. It's way too big, but I'm fine with that. So yeah, that's it. So that's my haul that's going to be coming. Probably my only haul for a while. So, but I'm still excited to get it. Oh my God, can you imagine getting that package of floss? That's going to be insane. Anyway, so really stoked about that. Thank you again, Diana, for my amazing gift from Secret Stitcher. Really, 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 really appreciate it. And so now on to my WIP. So this is the Fifth Doctor. I'm not going to take it off the frame because it's just too much of a hassle to get back on at this point. But if you'll see here, I finished it. My last head panel. The other head panel is here, and then these two are here. But I flipped it upside down for a reason. I had all this fabric here for the body. There's been 2 body pieces. And I was going to just flip it over and have these guys on the bottom and work it up here. But I don't like working up here on the stand. Working up here is annoying. Working down here, much nicer. So I decided, because I don't have to, because these pieces are all going to be cut out, I just flipped them. I flipped it, and I'm working on the body here. So you can see this. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. If you can see this line of orange is all fractional stitches. I think the only place is right here where there's actually full stitches, but everything else is fractional stitches. And that's around you can see the little lapel here. His little lapel. First, when I started on this side, if I would have started on this side with the lapel, I would have gotten the celery. But no, this side, got it. So this is his front, obviously, and this is his coat, and Dante's still whining. And then his pants are going to be down here. It's only going to be one piece, so there's 2 pieces to the body, and they just kind of sandwich together. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of this color. There's a lot of this color. So I'm just filling in the rest of the coat. So his arm's going to be here, and his leg's going to come here, and then you have to do the back. And then there's not only a crap ton of fractional stitches, the back stitching is insane on the pants. It's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to it, but a little intimidated too. So I'm happy with how it's going. Really, really, really happy. And I'm actually seeing progress. And I like this, that I got like 4 almost mini finishes, because that really gave me, getting this one finished gave me so much momentum to start this yesterday and to stick with those freaking fractional stitches, because they're not fun. No. I'm totally rethinking any idea of ever doing anything with a lot of fractional stitches, because these, I don't know, I might change my mind. They look so good. Like, you can get shapes that you just can't get with regulars, like with full crosses. And I get that. I get it. But wow, the fractional stitches. Anyway, if I ever do one of these again, and there's fractional stitches, I'm definitely going to be looking for the fractional stitches. I might end up doing it on even weave or Lugana, because it makes fractional stitches so much easier. But I wanted the Ada because it's a tougher material to do like a doll. So I'm still a little torn. We'll see. I'm not having that too much trouble, putting the needle through the center of the square, the block. I'm using a very small needle for it and very sharp, so it's going pretty well. But yes, I love it. So much progress. But yes, I have been stitching on it every day, and I'll probably go back and stitch on it today. What did I do there? Oh, I did half a stitch. No. Oh, I'm still going. Okay, never mind. Sorry. So distracted today. So yes, super stoked with the progress I'm getting, and like I said, I stitched pretty much every day. This took me most of the weekend to get done, and this was basically yesterday. This was the weekend, and this, I think Wednesday is when I finished that one. So yeah, really happy, really, really, really happy. Not sure if I'm really happy with this stand anymore. It kind of loses its tension a lot. Anyway, it's all I have. I have to make do. It's also what I'm going to be doing my big ass project on. I like saying big ass project instead of BAP. I know I'm rude like that. Anyway, yay, progress. Of course, I'm not getting any progress in anything else, and I don't think I am. I think I'm just going to stick with this one for now. So that is my current WIP. I only have one. Well, I have others, but they're kind of taking a break right now while I focus on this one. That's it. So I have one last thing I want to do, which is Brian Super Stitcher's tag, which is his super tag. There's been a flurry of new tags, which has been making me want to do more tags. Okay, so all of these questions, there's a superhero, I guess, inspiration for the question. So, first question is Robin. And the question is, what is something you started or stitched that is completely not your style, but for some reason it grew on you? Well, I haven't started one yet, but there isn't really anything I've started that isn't really my style. I've been basically doing my own style. Or not my own style, but I've been basically stitching things that are of my style, so, and preference. But one thing I never thought I was going to get into was mirabilias. Pretty ladies, no. I didn't think I was actually going to get pulled in or sucked into them, but the way they stitch up is so pretty. So pretty. And the beadings and the doing 1 over on the, 1 over, what did I press? Oh, crap. There we go. 1 over on the skin. All really cool things. So definitely not usually my style, but definitely something I will be stitching. The next one is Iron Man. Love yourself. Say something nice about your stitching, your best stitching quality. Do your stitch lace very flat? Do your beads always sit perfectly? Do you stitch very quickly? I like this question because we should all love ourselves a little bit more. I will say that I am really good at conserving floss. I only use the absolute minimum floss. I stitch in such a way to use only the absolute minimum of floss. And because of that, I find if I'm doing kits, I often have almost enough floss left over for a second time. So I find I'm extremely good at conserving floss. The other thing I am good at, which Brian is also what he said he was good at, which is counting. I count maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 times if I'm not 100% sure, and then I will stitch. Because there is nothing worse than realizing you made a mistake 5 hours ago. That's not cool. I've done it before. I've had things really not in the right places, and it's pissed me off, and I've put away those stitches and not wanted to stitch on them again. Like, that's how bad it is. So I try to prevent that from happening as much as possible. The Flash. What's your quickest finish? Which project did you finish the fastest? Probably from start to FFO, it was Andrew's Valentine present. His little Lord Vetinari Valentine. Because, well, it was little, right? But I managed to finish it all, stitching and finishing, in a week. So that's probably my fastest finish. Show us your craziest back. What is it with you guys in wanting to see my back? I don't have my other ones. I've showed it before. It's probably the one on the UFO that I have of the 2 Black Panthers, and it's just insane. You don't want to see that. So that was the Joker. The Hulk. What is your largest WIP? Right now, my largest WIP is probably this one. I think it's my 5th Doctor. It's my largest one. But when Dragon Rider comes, it's going to be Dragon Rider. Yay. Batman versus Superman. Do you prefer projects with very few colors or a lot? That depends. I don't mind a lot of colors if it's in big blocks of them. If I'm getting a whole skein of floss for, 3 different colors that have only 3 or 4 stitches in the entire thing, that would piss me off. So I don't really have a preference between more colors or fewer colors. I do like stitching with just one color sometimes. I've done it before. I think I'm going to do it again. But, yeah, 2 completely different animals the way I look at it. Wonder Woman, tell the truth. Who is your favorite superhero? This is the hardest question ever to answer. Strictly superhero, I would have to go with Rogue. I've always been a really, really big fan of Rogue. I thought she was always very tragic. I preferred her, though, in the 90s cartoon than in the movie franchise. She seemed more, I don't know. I liked her better. With the big hair and the skin-tight green suit and the little bomber jacket. Loved her. Love Rogue. Storm is a close second. Storm is a very close second. I once met the voice actor who did the voice of Storm on the old Marvel cartoon, the 90s cartoon, and that was really cool. She's talking the Storm voice, and that was really, really cool. And on the movies, they ripped apart her accent, which really pissed me off. But anyway, no longer here nor there. So that's it. That was the Super Hag. Wow, that actually just flew through there. Sorry about that. Anyway, thank you, Brian, for that tag. That was very awesome of you. I need to think of my own tag, but everyone's already asked all the questions, so I get to ask the really weird or intrusive questions, which is fun. Ooh, look at all these new FlossTube videos. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put some FlossTube on and then start stitching once I'm done here, which is pretty much now. So I hope you guys have a great stitchy weekend coming up. I know I will. I'm getting in the last bit of stitches I have before I have to go back to school on Monday. So I hope you have all a good time, and I will catch you later. Bye.